Hi there, Old and Surly here. Today we're taking a trip back in time to the 2013-2014 time frame and seeing a couple of Grail pieces that I just recently picked up from a good friend of mine. What you see here are the Jabba Sail Barge set 75020 and the Desert Skiff set 9496. And these are two of my favorite pieces that I've always wanted, and I was fortunate enough to find a good friend who happened to be wanting to clean up a little bit of his space there, and I was able to get these for a great price, and I am so excited to take a look at these and share them with you and talk a little bit about these. The nice thing about both of these sets are that they are still affordable despite the fact that a number of the figures have really gone up in price recently. Some of the pieces such as Slave Leia, this particular version of it, as well as Jabba, and even especially Max Rebo, have gone to over $100 a piece, which is just kind of crazy when you think about it. Yet you can often find the entire set for below the cost of just those three minifigures. So it's a little weird sometimes when you try to do that Lego math, but it works out pretty well. Both of these were released in that 2012 to 2014 window. The Desert Skiff actually came out before Jabba's Sail Barge. Then in 2013, 2014 is when they kind of overlapped with their availability on the shelf. Jabba's Sail Barge has some great displayability and playability features. Front opens to expose a front-firing cannon. The entire top can be removed to gain you access to the interior, which is a very nice thing and allows you to see all of the detailing that they've put in there, such as things in the kitchen, little jail cell, and things like that. Additionally, on top of having these side window panels that open all the way around, you also have the ability to pull down those sides as well, which really allows this to become a true playset if you have a younger builder that would like to do that. And it of course has the small relaxation room for Jabba, where you could have Slave Leia, and even a nice little Max Rebo place there to allow him to play some music for Jabba. So this thing really allows it to be fully disassembled and allow somebody to play with this thing and really turn it into a great play set, as well as a really nice looking display set. Looking back at the top, you see it does have a brick-built main cannon, which is non-firing, but is pretty accurate to what you see in the movie, as well as a side-mounted cannon. It has places for two, but it does only come with one build, although you could quickly build this fairly inexpensively from some pretty common pieces. The other thing to watch out for, of course, are these rotatable sails, and if you're buying this used, watch out, because these are probably one of the things that can get a little bit tricky to get in good condition, because those ball joints go through these small holes, and a lot of times you'll see stress cracks or tears right around those. So watch out for that if you're buying these or buying these parts on the secondary market. The Desert Skiff is a pretty simplistic build, but is actually, very nicely detailed and matches the movie quite well. You of course have your center console along with a few little greebling inside of there. You have two movable rudder wings, as well as a rotatable plank for Luke to be pushed off into the Sarlacc pit. And talking about the Sarlacc pit, this is a simple yet very well-designed piece. I love the fact that even though it only uses a handful of pieces, it really captures what so many of us were used to seeing in that scene. So this is a great example of not over-engineering something. So both of these sets come with some really nice minifigures. Of course, the Skiff comes with Lando in his disguise, Boba Fett, the Weequay Desert Skiff Guard, and of course Luke Skywalker, although funny enough, he has two flesh-colored hands instead of having the glove on like you see actually in the movie to cover up his replaced hand. On the Jabba Sail Barge, you have Jabba the Hutt, R2-D2 with his serving tray, Slave Leia, Max Rebo, and two of the other members of the Desert Skiff / Sail Barge henchmen, if you will. And I do apologize, I forgot this gentleman's name. The funny part, though, is he is almost $70 just on his own. And that kind of ties into the cost of these minifigures. On the Desert Skiff side, none of these are particularly rare, although Boba goes for about $20 to $25 on the used market in Bricklink. But on the Sail Barge, that's really where the costs pop up fast. Jabba the Hutt obviously has only been in a handful of sets, Max Rebo isn't the same, and Slave Leia is very unique, and it only has appeared in a couple of different iterations across the spectrum for the Jabba sail barges. So those can all go well over $100, which is kind of funny that, again, as I mentioned earlier, if you were to buy this set with the minifigures included, sometimes you can get the whole set for $350 used, when just those 3 figures alone can go for over $100. So just something to consider if you're looking to buy the figures to complete a set, or if you were just trying to decide if you wanted to buy just the actual ship itself or include the minifigures based from a cost perspective. So in conclusion, I think both of these are a great addition to any person's collection. They have just the right amount of playability while not sacrificing any of the displayability that we sometimes see in some of the newer sets. I think with the UCS set coming out, these are going to gain a lot of interest because people aren't going to probably be willing to spend the money on a more expensive UCS set, or looking for something that's a little more down to a scale they can manage in their personal collections. I think both of these sets have some great minifigures, although I will caution some of them have gone up rapidly in price, so consider that if you're looking to buy those on the separate market rather than in the sets. I will say the brittle brown problem will always be there. We all know it and have to deal with it. So just be cautious about that if you're looking at this in the used, assembled type of sections. Also watch out for some of the things like we mentioned, like those sales with potential tears. So essentially, if you're going to buy this, try to buy it from a reputable dealer, or buy it on a reputable site like Bricklink or some of those others that give you ways to try to resolve any problems you have with it. Because again, you're dealing with a 10-year-old set. There could be some problems that you don't notice until you get it home and fully assembled. If you have any questions or would like to see additional photos or anything I didn't cover in the video, please feel free to reach out. I'm always happy to answer those questions and assist where I can. Again, thanks for watching. This is Old and Surly saying, have a great day. Keep building.